Aja, and I'm still in the dark. I know a lot of people don't like to hear me curse, but things just keep getting worse and worse. We are now under a boil advisory. I was informed by someone at the sanitation district that the longer we don't have power, the less they're going to be able to basically filter and clean the water. So we need to boil everything on the stove with no power.
Plugged it out through the whole 7 days, and I didn't want to get a hotel because I didn't know how long this was gonna last, and I wanted to save as much money as I could just to, just in case, because you just never know how much money you're gonna need because how long this tragedy gonna go on. So on the 7th day, I finally bought a hotel room, right? It was power. We went where the power was, right? No storm, no nothing. The power went out in here.
How we gonna do a food tour in the Midwest and Gary ain't had no power and ain't nobody talking about it? I, for one, have not seen anybody else outside of Gary, Indiana, talk about what's going on in Gary, Indiana. And I don't like it. And if you know me, you know I put my money where my mouth is. So today alone, we've been on the phone with the mayor's office to see if there's ways we can get involved. We've been on the phone with Salvation Army to see if we can get a Salvation Army truck and just drive around and pass out necessities, goods, anything that we can get our hands on. Not only making this video to say, if you in Indiana and you know any ways we can get involved, please let me know. I'm also making this video to say, I think this should be national news. And it's crazy to me that it's not being talked about. All the stuff y'all talk about on social media nowadays, everybody got a think piece on everything. Why not a think piece on the fact that communities that look like myself been out with power for 8 days?
That got really crazy. There were a lot of pew-pew shots right outside of my door. We actually just heard some coming in. So guess what we did? We went to Bass Pro Shop and got some. Just in case you didn't know, it is pitch black dark still in this house everywhere. Actually, you don't even street a street light, do you?
If the entire Los Angeles County, we're talking about Compton, Malibu, Hollywood, if all of that had no power, it's all you would hear about. That's all. If the entire metropolitan New York area did not have power right now, there would be nothing else you would be hearing about. But because this is an area with primarily black and brown folk, you barely even know about this.
We are currently day 7, no power. Don't even know when our power is going to be restored at this point because the time keep changing. But let me show y'all how dark it is. There we go. Completely dark. It's not safe. People are breaking in people's houses and everything.
I feel like they trying to test us. Trying to see how crazy of some crash outs we can get. It's day 8, no power, bitch. I'm hearing everything going on. We haven't seen light flick on a switch in 8 days.
This is not reaching people. It seems like the only videos that are getting reach are from people who are affected immediately by the situation. For some context, you guys, it's now been 8 days that most of Northwest Indiana has not had any power, and this has caused gas shortages and just closed gas stations due to this event. Gary, Indiana still has no power. Looting is beginning, and they're deploying the National Guard down there.